Believe the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ splits history in two. So we're celebrating that this weekend. Thank you so much for being here at the Experience. A couple things we want to talk about, a couple announcements. First of all, Experience family, let's start with you. How many of you are perceptive people? You're quick. Not very many of you. I knew that. I want to right now bring your attention to something that may not have been obvious to you. We have new carpet here.
Hey.
Not in here, but out there. Look at this. Looks exactly as stained as the carpet was last week. Out there. Now, this is a new evolution that's slowly happening throughout the experience as the new carpet oozes in. It'll be oozing in here eventually. But now, my friends, it is time for us as a family, and if you're a guest visiting here, please don't listen. It is time for us as a family to grow up. What? Now, do you remember when you were a child? Your parents gave you sippy cups. Why is this? Because you spilled things. It is now time for you to become big people and control thy cup. That's basically the message that I have for you this morning in preparation of new carpet throughout. I am so proud of the Experience family. The carpet was not in one day, and we had our first spill.
Hey.
So that's the last spill. That's all I'm saying. Okay, all right. That was business for the family. The rest of you can now pay attention once again. You weren't supposed to be listening, so. In your basket is a card that looks like this. Take it out, and if you can fill it out really quickly, that'd be cool. We'll do a drawing for those later. We're giving away a book, Blue Like Jazz. I think it's a great book for Easter because I just like the book a lot. In the meantime, while you're doing that, a few more things I want to talk about. Tonight, try to fill those out relatively quietly. All right, thank you, family. At 6:30 tonight, we're going to celebrate the Lord's Supper together, the Last Supper of Christ together. There's a couple things that Jesus said before he was crucified. He said, "Do these things to remember me." Baptism and celebrating the Lord's Supper together in the foot washing. If you have not been to the Experience before for one of these, we celebrate the foot washing ceremony that Jesus instituted with his disciples. And we do this for a simple reason. He said, "I as your teacher have done this, so do it to others." And if Jesus said to do it, I don't know, I feel pretty safe standing on that ground. Some of you, if you're not used to this, are saying right now, "Well, that's disgusting. I'm going to actually touch someone else's feet." And you know what? You're right.
Yeah.
It is a little gross. But not nearly as gross as it was then. And it is a symbol of community and the fact that as our goal, one of our goals as the Experience family is to be people that would lay themselves out for somebody else in the family, no matter what that means. And so it's going to be a cool time. We do it different every time. And we're going to have a lot of fun, but it's going to be a really cool spiritual moment. So I invite you to please come this evening at 6:30 for that. TJ, come on up here, grab a microphone while you're doing that. April 23rd, if you're sick of the news, you need to come April 23rd to Dave Ramsey's Town Hall for Hope. If you've been going through financial peace, you may, university with us, you may be like I am and become a little bit of a Dave Ramsey fan. If you haven't, that's okay, but he's going to bring hope and some reality into our economic condition and speak some truth into it and a lot of hope. If you've listened to Ramsey at all or read his stuff, he's an incredibly positive guy. This is a live video conference that's being beamed, that's through the internet, being beamed all over, I guess the world, all over the U.S. at least. And we're hosting one of those sites here. The time there is accurate. It says 8 p.m., and that's accurate if you're in the Eastern time zone. Okay? So if you happen to be in Michigan, this time works for you. Now, if you know your math, that's 6 o'clock our time. So sorry about the confusion. Time zones baffle us. So it's actually 6 o'clock here Thursday night, a week from this Thursday. Now, TJ, you got a couple things with men's ministry you want to talk about?
Yes. Coming up April 25th is the men's breakfast. We'll be meeting at 8 o'clock in the morning, Saturday morning, in the multi-purpose room. It'll be time for just us men. If you want to bring your kids, bring them along. Actually, I should specify your male kids, because this is time for us guys. And if you want to bond with your son at that point, bring them. We're going to go ahead and talk, share a message with you guys about winning your spiritual battle. A lot of us guys, especially now with the economy, are feeling a lot of pressure on us. And I think that'd be a good message to kind of talk about. And then we'll sit down and have some conversation time and talk about how that relates to our lives and how we put that into practical terms. And it's going to be all over some good food. So come, bring out your families, let them come to first service, and you can join them afterwards. April 26th, the day after, one of the things we like to do after the breakfast is make sure that we have some kind of event where us men can get together, just hang out. No big deal. There's no pressure. We're not going to, have a altar call or anything. It's just have some fun. So what we're going to be doing is having a barbecue and a movie. We've got the hot dog buns and the hamburger buns. Go ahead and bring whatever kind of meat you want to have us grill up. We've got a big grill we can do that on. We'll go ahead and... I have no clue.
That's gonna catch a real cat.
Well, no, actually, I think a stuffed cat, okay. But
Moving on.
And then April 30th to May 3rd is the Night for Christ boot camp. I would take a minute here, guys, to get a little personal. With all the junk that's been going on, lately the economy and bills and all that fun stuff that comes along with it, I've been getting hammered like crazy. I don't know how many of you guys are struggling to figure out how you're going to pay your bills. I don't know how many of you guys have got family. And that's a lot of pressure. And it makes you feel like crap. Because you've got your family depending on you. And yeah, I know God's going to supply my needs, but God's not the one going out to the job. For me, that's how I feel. And it's so easy to forget all the stuff that Brian's going to talk about, all the stuff that we read in our Bibles. We know that God is sufficient, but yet we struggle every stinking day. What I want to share with you guys is stuff that's common knowledge for the most of us. But what I found out in my own life is the stuff that's common knowledge is the stuff that's easiest to forget and to brush aside. Complacency. I've seen it in the workplace, and people get hurt. And complacency in spiritual life, it's more damaging. I'll be talking up there, but I tell you what, if I could sit out with you men, I would. Because I need to hear this. And I encourage you to come up there. I mean, if God's not calling you to this, then fine, that's okay. Don't worry about it. But I know that I'm going to be there, not because I'm presenting, but because I need more than anything right now to hear what's going to be said. Thanks.
Thank you, Ethan.